Okay, we'll start right away. So welcome to Lab 5. This is, again, as you're already aware, that it's Frontiers of Change. And I really want to commend, the work that Hecho Nosotros is doing in terms of pioneering sustainable futures, through emerging technologies. Now, the title of this laboratory, or the name of the lab, is Fashion, Emerging Technologies, and much of the advantage we have is that it's a side event of the ninth, multi-stakeholder of the high-level political forum. So what it means is, whatever we've discussed here will be brought to light, and there will be a cross-fertilization. So let's go into the first question. And I'd like to start off with, Mr. Godwin will go first, and then Mr. Deyinka, and then, was that the order? Or Gladys was meant to go second? Okay, it doesn't matter. Let's start with Mr. Gordon. So the first question is, in the light of creative economy, urban development, sustainable development, capacity building, what are the transformative potentials of emerging technologies in driving forward the 2030 agenda for the sustainability development goals? Over to you, Mr. Godwin.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ms. Otuyalo.
You can just introduce yourself briefly.
Okay, so I'm Godwin Okoduwa, and I am the head LPG sales and marketing at Falcon. I'm also the LPG chairman at the LCCI LPG Sectorial Group. And I will just speak straight to what we are doing at the chambers. And we are currently executing the EcoGas scheme, which involves the distribution of field cooking gas cylinders to beneficiaries. The essence is to achieve the SDG goals. And the last project entailed the selection and gifting of these LPG equipment to 15 families. The benefits LPG gives is that it helps women, it helps children, giving them more time for more economic activities and more time for school. It gives access to cleaner energy. It also helps economic activity. So it takes a lot of the SDG goals, from no poverty to zero hunger to clean water and sanitation, gender equality, and a host of them. So where we are going to now is we're going to use technology to help over 2,000 families, by using technology to monitor them and also evaluate them. What this does is that it makes data available, for stakeholders. With data, you can now create personas. You can also use blockchain technology to manage smart contracts with these recipients, which enables retrieval when certain terms are not met, or to also manage data privacy protection agreements. So those are the kind of technology we can use, using remote tools to monitor uses of LPG. We can also track the volume of LPG consumed, so we can use that to apply for carbon credit. Stakeholders can see what is going on and participate in social interventions. So that's what we can use technology to achieve. At Falcon, we are also planning market penetration strategy using data tools. With data tools, we can give consumers or customers free LPG cylinders, track them with data to using IoT and other available technology, then harnessing data from their usage, and also pulling off the contract using blockchain when certain terms are not met. With LPG, we can achieve better health, cleaner homes, more productive women, and lower poverty index. Thank you.
Okay, so let's go to the next person. Let's go to Gladys.
Okay, hi everyone, good evening. Technology in a digital platform. Okay, because that's like my own major. So I've been able to use digital platforms for social media and mobile apps to empower consumers to make informed and sustainable purchasing decisions, and also to help business owners, and also to help young women to build, to give them voice, to empower them by understanding that as little as you trying to learn one or two digital skills to add to your fashion business, to add to you as a person, is to make your business, to even strive further, and it will help you as a person to become a better individual, which is the goal of the SDG, to give the women voice and make them better individuals. So we actually tried to use technologies like augmented realities, AR, and virtual realities that provide immersive shopping experiences, allowing consumers to visualize products in their own space before making a purchase. So we can clearly see in this sector, and I'll also help improve the life of this business owner. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you so much. The second question now is, I would ask, and I do hope that you all heard the transversal question that was read to us, and that's the one Mr. Godwin will be, throwing light on, during the next session. Okay, so what innovative solutions can be explored for a more sustainable and inclusive future, enhancing the creative and circular economy rooted in regenerative models? Over to you, Mr. Godwin.
Okay, yeah, I saw the question, and I was wondering, regenerative models and economy. So regenerative model. So what you do with data, and how do you get this data that you may now you can now put in a regenerative model. So I'll go back to not just going to social intervention, because when you target these SDG goals, you are targeting more or less targeting social interventions. You must be able to measure them and record them. So one innovative way to have an SDG report in the national, the NBS reports. NBS reports should involve or should include the SDG, where projects are monitored from every sector and consolidated into a report. So we can have different projects from different sectors reporting into a portal, using cloud-based technology to report impact. So we can now report SDG impact from various projects all around the country. And this is one way we can be innovative in using data to improve Thank you.
Now this is to Gladys. For a more sustainable and inclusive future, enhancing the creative and circular economy rooted in regenerative models. From your insights, what would you like to throw in?
Okay, thank you. I also saw this question and I was able to gather 3 points in the fashion related. Okay, so regenerative materials and design. The first thing that is even happening now is called biomimicry. That is drawing inspiration from nature to develop a materials and design. That is the solutions that are regenerative and sustainable, and they are biodegradables. So you draw inspiration from natural things, and then you make them. Then another thing again that is very important is education and awareness. It's about integrating sustainable fashion programs or practices into design, business, and marketing curricula to empower the next generation of fashion industry professionals. So we need to really educate our next generation of fashion professionals and to make them understand how they can integrate sustainable fashion practices. And the third one, apart from educating the next generation of professionals, we also need to have consumer awareness campaigns. That is educating consumers about the environmental and social impact of their fashion choices. Okay, to encourage more and conscious and consumption habits and embracing the innovation and the innovative solutions. So once these consumers are also educated about a better choice to pick, it will go a long way. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that insight as well. I would just underscore some of the major words on this in this question. You know, first I underscored the word, circular economy rooted in regenerative models. So for starters, I'm sure we all understand what the circular economy, requires of us. Essentially, we need to go into the informal sector, more or less. And you know what the informal sector is all about. In this part of Africa, the informal sector, consists of sometimes a lot of the artisans that are not duly registered. I mean, we have a lot of, for instance, entrepreneurs who do not have their organizations officially registered. So you have the informal sector there. However, they also contribute to the GDP of the nation. So here we are, here is the government not recognizing them, but then their inputs are, contributing to, I don't know what percentage it is, but it is contributing to the GDP of the nation, whether you like it or not. And I looked up the regeneration business model. It aims to create a circular economy where products and services are designed to have a positive impact on the environment and society. So when you look at circular, it's essentially talking about the lean process. When you look at the business processes, I'm looking at it from the point of view of my business analysis and business development consultancy framework. You see that in, for instance, a manufacturing organization, what you want to emphasize is a lean process of production. You don't want a situation where there are a lot of wastages, so you hear things like reuse, reduce, recycle, all right? And then any process to improve your business operations is what is most welcome. As we all know, waste is meant to be, trashed. But then not in all cases. We're beginning to see that waste can be minimized, all right, rather than trashing it. Waste can be reused, it can be reduced, okay? So that's what you call the circular economy, and that's how it affects the creative economy, which is where our lab, you know, also is well represented, you know, because we are in fashion and emerging technologies. So I look at also the framework of innovative applications, you know, software applications that we want to use that will help in the sustainability of, you know, all of this we're talking about. So I feel we should begin to create laboratories down the road. We should have computer hubs where practicality can actually feature. How can we foster inter and transdisciplinary collaboration and knowledge sharing to ensure that emerging technologies are developed and deployed in a manner that benefits society as a whole?
In a nutshell, we want to find out how to enhance collaboration towards creating products that benefit society at large, in a nutshell. So going back to data, what you cannot measure, you cannot manage. So so whatever we do, we must be able to track the impact. Often than not, the small businesses, the people, they need to be trained to use these devices. So there are various apps that could be used to monitor behavior of the consumer. But because this set of the less privileged or the greater masses, they don't use this app, you may not be able to capture impact. So technology must be designed according to the behavior of the people, so that we are able to harness the data so that we can manage and improve. Now, how do stakeholders come together so you can enhance stakeholder participation by making data available that affects their sectors, whether it's mining, whether it's energy, whether it's the fashion, be able to tell the players how they can use the data that you're generating to improve their business. So that would make them more interested.